Yes. No, I'm just like chapter leaders. Working closely with all, and they bring in Jack,
This seniors did a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff that we did in the past. Auto cycle. It's actually it's a lot harder. Censoring. Data collection.
We just wanted to kind of let everybody know that
Pretty cool stuff.
Hey, good. Thank you for
Thank
making
you for inviting me. My student
Hey.
Shahbaz.
Yeah.
Dr. Hassan, he's also my colleague from
Okay.
UCI.
Okay, great.
He came with Glenn.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I mean, like we'll get the presentations will have like around 6 to 6:30 or so. Right now we'll have dinner. It's Olive Garden, so you can get something pretty soon. We're gonna get the judges food, and then we'll start.
Good.
Do that.
Let me know if any help you need from my side. I know I couldn't confirm on time about the judges.
Well, once the judges are going around, maybe just as an observer, you could even kind of go around and just take it in. But that's part of it, and part of this is like, let's just like get a start on things. So I'm sure some teams are going to be like iterating in the coming weeks or whatever, and maybe in the future they can like showcase it in another way. An ideal thing that I think would be cool is if there is something novel or there is something useful that maybe a couple months from now, I think Aura, this group, might be willing to invest into it. So almost like do it in a fun way, almost like Shark Tank. So we present like what they made, why it's helpful, and things like that, and then they are asking for money to like further it. So that could be a thing where, I don't know, you want to be a shark, then you could you could possibly do that.
Yeah. Sorry about the film pop. So initially we thought we'll be here.
Yeah.
And then he's defending in a month, so he was very stressed out. I said it's okay,
Yeah, don't worry about that at all.
There'll be more opportunities.
Completely. Yeah. So I'm just glad I got a chance to meet you guys, and then we'll.
So then now we're here, so the barrier is broken.
Yeah.
We know the place, we know the people.
Completely. Yeah. So make sure you get coffee and anything back there. And okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll see you.
He's great.
Just thinking like, what's the best angle to get everything? This?
I assume I'll probably talk to more of them. They're the ones presenting it, so I don't know what they're actually going to be doing. It's the team in that room. I only got a sense of two. Let me put some of that in. You're too far outside the region. I'll put it in. You need more than a set. I had a set for only two. I know nothing. Oh, you ever seen the cheat? It's a still image from that joke where she's crunking, and so she's like this. There you go. Yeah, if it's a Mixamo guy, he won't have a head sometimes. Oh, if you want to see that, hold on. Let me switch it to the actual capturing system. There you go. That's the exact track you're going on. Yeah, this is a small version. More cameras, the more space we have, the more fine-tuned we get the track to go.
You have like a virtual game.
Yeah, once we make one or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been kind of wanting to develop one, yeah.
This is really light, but how much like GPU or like it does like need?
Oh, I mean, the better graphics card you have, the better it will run. I think we have a 47. So it doesn't get strong.
Yeah, I was like looking at like slide.
Yeah. Yeah, the open. Yes. The sessions he was doing, I won't have to get through. You'll see how it lines up with how crazy this game with that stuff is. His character being dragged, but it's set so it ignores the two of us dragging him and just has his skeleton.
It's sort of a horror game.
Yeah, he did a horror like walk through the game for Halloween and like downtown. So yeah, we use this for
Yeah, so this thing I think is really hard to capture.
yeah, they usually mix up.
Yeah.
As long as it can see all your wrists,
Yeah.
it can. So when people put like hands in pockets, it'll mess up sometimes. Or if someone's wearing a long dress, it'll mess up the legs a little bit.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like the application of using a real, let's say, control a robot, right? So the precision of like thinking. I was in the simulation summit as well, so I looked at it a little bit, but today I get like a word, like things. Yeah, no problem. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with new applications for it. And ways to use it.
I was
wondering, like, in my perfect world, what we're doing right now is not even how to is not creating any thought. Yes, you can go CFL. Try to find some reason before we got to this.
It's about 8 weeks now. So before then, we were working mostly. This is for system is controlled.
It's like 3D environment.
Yeah, one of the teams doing their
Okay, snap.
they're using that as their
Yeah, apparently, I've got experience with using a show. Wasn't an investigative show. That was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, use 6 cameras and
That would be easy, but I will say, recommend, is
and gives you like
moving from
74 milliseconds latency without sound.
instead of being a show, and then I was
So, the main difference is yeah, yeah, they're not like for like, it's not on the same but it's very accurate. So if I do like yeah, I was comparing my exact but I don't like that. It's just the same. Yeah. Yeah.
Using a computer machine
Yes,
and recreating it.
right.
do this and then they project it to one source. So, like, previously, like, a lot of like doctors are using right, we had a bodysuit or mark or something. So this one is like advanced for the VR. So we have actually like teams who are building, who are learning to it's an XRJam. What we have like cameras. I have for like Quest 3, so this is Quest 2. I have Quest 3. So this is like the white. So then, yeah. I have. It's fun thing to use, but it's really hard. After like 15-30 minutes, you'll have to
Yeah, just give a broad explanation of what ceasing is. Yes. Yeah. Because after once I finish this screenshot, you need to take over. And then once you get to the first screenshot where it's the one background of the report, I can take over. Just because I know that you can describe what's going on in the screenshot there. Because you know the text. Alright, so we're good for my visuals.
Yeah, you could. We'll test it. Keep her up and get over here and test it.
Okay, let me just disconnect the extra stuff. You just share some sheets on So, this is the best. This is fine. That's following you.
I will.
It's going to be a random one every time you step in. Either a citizen, this guy, or this guy without a head. Because that's the we had to set it in for the private people. Maintenance.
Grab in here, everybody?
Huh?
Grab in here?
Nah, I'm waiting on these guys to finish it first. I'll get something before I go to sleep. I got to tear all this down if you guys are done, so let's try not to get too full and tired. Yeah, hopefully it's all set up for you guys. You can just use it for your presentation.
Okay. So you modify the go hand it over to
I'll get some of it. I'm good. I gotta stay awake to take this down. I can't go slide.
All right, there's a zip on here called Stage Show.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a regular zip file. I remember the days where you had to. I remember the days where you had to have an extension on it. Oh yeah.
Says it needs the cesium for Unreal plugin. Doesn't have it.
I call it no guy, but it is that.
It's easy enough to download.
I have this experience and that's part of it.
Oh, is this built in 5.4?
Yeah, 1.6. Oh,
There's nothing. I don't know why.
No, I meant like
I don't know why it's sitting there. I've never seen it.
well, CCM and Wara, they should be easy enough to plug them.
Oh, yeah, you sure?
Well, he doesn't.
I mean, it's still in the driver.
Hey, Jordan. Well, what should I tell him, man?
I don't know. It's missing the season for real plugin. It's missing the Aura plugin. And it's apparently that much.
It should just be as easy as a download.
Okay.
Parsec, it's a streaming service. It's free. People usually use Parsec to play so, but this is what the guys that work with me. So, yeah. Yeah. Wow. It's free. It's free. Yeah. And yeah, I know it's in here. I would get teams where it's like I have a lot of because I can do a lot of classified. I know computer I mostly use it. Yeah. Parsec is like one of the best ones out there. And it's free for everyone. Yeah. Latency of those are.
Yeah, so you're running off the battery on the. So this is.
At the same time. You just walked past it and there was like a still.
They're kind of the model of a lot of those, and it's more mostly like governments and like medical universities and stuff as a company. The overall reason why they want to invest is because seller, AI, gates as the yeah.
You walking away. Oh, look, I want to shake his hand. It don't have a hand. I'm trying. Put your hands up. No, him. Oh, now Pat. Oh, that's fine. Because a girl came in the scene. Right.
My office space is all set about $103 a year. Unless it's I don't think anyone is like.
That's just the default QE of it.
Yeah, that's just one of the default mannequins. It doesn't look like it was a default mannequin for the UE4 does. UE5. Yeah, because I know what the UE4 one looks like. Yeah, is that deliberate?
That's an error.
My stuff was full.
Like we built this program to test this project to test the spawners, so we just set a bunch of random models.
Yeah, Giovanni, I bet you don't know where these models are from. You ever played Simpsons Hit and Run, the GTA one? Yeah, these are the character models from Hit and Run. You can tell because Lisa looks so ugly in the game because they try to translate her hairstyle to 3D and it just doesn't look right.
It's like these every time
Jump up in this.
Again, I'm too fat.
Good.
I refer you to my earlier stage, and I'm too fat.
But I don't know for like for that. I'm taking them out. Taking that wow, that's great.
Hey, over!
Wait, time.
As of 2 minutes ago.
I can't see you disembodied voice. I shouldn't have eaten that. The hell is this? I shouldn't have eaten that packet of powdered gravy I found on the sidewalk. Things are getting a little too real.
Not for our company, but too much like similar to hospitals. Indiana are also all in South. Next week. I think it will be Thursday or Friday. So, I mean, just coincidence we happen to be at the same time at another portion of the company. I show up and I'm like, Mr. Gary, like some American shows up and just like angry at you and like, I go over and like, I go over and I like flip over your food. I don't know. And then after we find those, I'm like, oh, you're just reading my blog. And then I just look at you. I don't know.
It toggles when you connect it in Germany. It just cycles through different.
Yeah, it's just like 6 random characters.
You know what's funny? There's actually an NES. The NES game for Lethal Weapon. This is how you switch between Murdoch and the other guy. You walk off screen, you play the other character. Yeah, it was for the NES tie-in. That was kind of a goofy little. Oh, and also your health becomes for dog biscuits.
Is that one of the acclaimed games?
No. It was one that Ocean made. It's one of the few that wasn't LJM. Oh, you watch every video game nerd too?
No, I grew up with it.
Oh, so you're familiar with it? Hey, I mean, the guy, LJM was mostly a toy company, and the guy who founded that company founded Jack Pacific, and Jack Pacific has all the Nintendo contracts. Yeah. Thank you, Lo-Fi.
Okay.
Even in this dimension of photos.
What? I'm just saying. You told me on home. I was going to say, look at this company. That's mine. Look at it.
You go be there.
I didn't call you that. Of course, you call him that. What are you talking about?
I don't know where.
I just want coffee.
You want coffee?
Oh, can you switch to something else?
No, presentation, that's why I got this hanging out.
That's you.
This is supposed to start at half hour, so I had it up.
Oh, interesting. It's not quite calibrated.
Yeah, it makes the moves don't really line up with the skin. So the actual track.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's your exact.
Oh wow, look. She got hit as a robot.
Well, it's really a skeleton.
The skeleton nation. Yes. Brown skin. Here I am.
Especially I like we have a lot of we have a lot of frequencies a lot of highs.
I do that too much on the side.
My fingers a lot of highs. That's where my so
Yeah, sit down. Oh
No,
The
the
red line.
it's right outside the sphere.
Yeah, the red box, the yellow sphere is where the skeleton is spawned. The red box is the.
no. Oh, once you walk out, the red box, I see it.
Yep, and that's red box.
You remember when Sega made that, produced that terrible horror game for the Kinect? I can't remember what it was called, but like Nightmare Carnival of Nightmares or something.
I had a guy Star Wars Connect.
Oh my god, that game. You mean the one where you can dance as the Emperor?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was really bad was the Steel Battalion Connect games. That one basically didn't even function. Well, Steel Battalion is a cult classic series by Capcom, and they're known for having these elaborate controllers. And they tried to make it so that you would just need the Kinect and a controller, and it did not work in the slightest. Because they tried to because the games would come with this big like multi-button custom controller, and they tried to implement that like just into the Kinect, and it just didn't work at all. It was too much. It was way too much info for a new player. There was no way to intuitively figure it out.
I don't think I ever actually bought that many games.
We bought like one or two of them, like Dance Central and stuff like that. But then after a while, the fad just faded away.
Yeah, we played Wii. We had a Wii.
Yeah, same.
Way more than we played.
And we also started playing the party games. Those started coming out, like the Jackbox stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, a lot of those are real fun. There's also Use Your Words, which got a sequel recently. Yeah, Use Your Words. Use Your Words is a lot of fun. They have similar mini games. They also have a mini game where you write your own song. All of them are got to. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Like I do the first two, you take both right to the back side, so I don't. Probably should grow that stuff in. Yeah, no, that's just showing off the gate itself. Not the, not on the
What time you start?
Oh, they're checking out the game for them.
Again, I was just saying,
What are you doing here? No responsibilities?
I know I can't hear. Yeah, I can't.
Judges are
Just want to make sure we're clear on the presentation. Like we don't see that you can you know the tech stuff better.
Okay. Now
At the very least, the point. There we It takes me an hour to be an hour and like watch the stereo. It took me an hour and a half to work here. You're here, that took me an hour and a half. I was trying to tell you. That's what I mean. I thought you were like, and there was no way to tell. Yes. Let's see. Are these? Well, I'm just trying to take an eye for it. I know that.
It's going to be somebody's project. The actual skeleton
That is my,
Yeah, just like,
I mean, yeah, people
nice to meet you today. We do also have the seal of Aura. If you guys have heard of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. She's. Oh, that's, I meant like the lady that's standing with Jack. That's the same. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
So the probe, the negative probe release So imagine a program where the real person seriously collaborate. You know, like very easy to it does and we could also use and it also has the latest collaboration where you might have the initial stage house, and you show the house to the client, and as you go to realize that client sort of walk in front of customized layout, perhaps get a better idea of how to understand exactly how to there and how to have there. With the same kind of simple and so CC on this, we have one that geospace. It's like more of that. It takes a scan data to the office. And it can 3D project pretty much just elevation buildings. Of course, the real magic would be you have to have a artist, like your photo using the data map, you can give people an idea of but it would be Unreal and we have it is a really
the people are dying.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
When it done,
Take it off.
been a minute.
Yeah.
Do you know when you guys are going to do them? Let's go on the next like 15, 20 minutes or so. So this is my guy yeah, I work for Resonite. We're a global VR company. I'm just waiting for like some demonstrations of the board so I can hang up some business cards and everything. So like, yeah, but I gotta go soon. So I thought you guys were gonna do this.
So you have a VR company?
Yeah.
Real
life for XR. You wanted it.
Yeah, we just want to see.
I mean, if you want to be able to, you could even just walk around and just finish like with meeting with all the police and they're going to call it. All right.
yeah, I was like, I want to see who's the best, and then we're going to do like a round of like internships over the next year or two. But we got a lot of bright students here, and I know like Unreal and I were particularly credit group today. So we're breaking up the community, and we're going through a divorce, and it's called the splitting. We're breaking out all the elements of the community and implementing our own stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, divorced people tend to get remarried.
Yeah.
So like, we like Unreal Engine. We don't like,
Yeah. Like that.
yeah. Oh yeah, they shed two. Oh, by the way, I'm a finance officer. I'm a money guy, I'm not a tech guy. I hired smart tech guys, or contract tech guys. Okay, perfect. But yeah, we global VR company based out of the EU. I'm from Silicon Valley, from Orlando. I'm flying to Vienna next week for a month, and EWE.
I'm actually a headquarters. So AWE
I'll be in but a lot of the people that we talk with keep telling me, I do see yes from the VR stuff, but I do need to
get the information on this year,
as we're European based,
But we have hardware too.
I'll see your big presentation.
This is like YouTube book, right? So like I started off as an expert developer, building digital lights, back then like no one even knew right? And now it's extra real. Now we got a partnership with Google. Yeah. I was working on like literally when it was coming out, right? So as I started to the chance, I think was the first liquid product we made when Bush was on the help. And yeah, I was looking at we made that happen. We tried to receive a contract with the host, and I've always did that. It was a big portfolio piece for us. You know, like we didn't use it. You know, I'm not mad at this project. I know this is our portfolio piece right now. But I would say, you know, after that, now we actually have a chief innovation officer.
Okay. So how many? Because we have employees, partners, contractors. What would you say employees and Four of you guys or five of you guys? Four of you guys plus that's the fourth.
No. I'm just like, it's the four is
you own 100% of yourselves. do all the founders own 100% of your cell phones? Or have you like?
No, so we're still LLC.
Yeah, we're like Resonate right now. We're 100% we own ourselves, and we're profitable. No, we're SRO because we're basically it's equivalent of the but yeah, so. We were just having a conversation about VC people. We've had a lot of conversations with VC people and decided if we're profitable and we're growing, we don't have to see why.
Did you go step up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would say
But soon, I guess.
I got my
Camera
right there on my reflection.
But what we try to do is we try to partner with the RXR companies and offer a software solution with their clients.
I can help you. I think the cool thing that this company is saying we could just hook you up with some connections. One of our biggest expenses like our network is like we have pretty much this guy's
so you're based out of Orlando?
Yeah, we have Orlando.
Okay. So this is Austin. He is my distributor. Basically, yeah, and all my card or like QR code or so basically, have conversations with him about opportunities. He's going to set up, he'll set up meetings and relationships for us. Distributor.
I have like 9 people together.
So I'm going to be flying around the world talking to a million different companies, but this guy is my boots on the ground in Orlando. So you have conversations with him, and then make connections.
Space and like no, and we'll talk about things.
Yeah.
Glenn. See, Glenn is the connection.
You guys pretty much almost sit next to each other. So
yeah, the giant messy corner in the back. That's me right now.
Yeah.
Eventually it'll be nice.
So I would like you guys to get down in network. He does business development and then have you go through socials. Our staff right now is 17 plus 10, actually 12 business partners now, plus
we're already connected.
Yeah. It's a contract pool of about 7. So we're global and we're at that scale right now, and we're rapidly scaling.
It's like the same opportunity
That's why I wanted to
essentially join our contractor network.
Yeah.
Once we get through it.
Yeah.
No, of course.
That's ideal in-game signature.
Literally today I'm
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, let's talk, and then we'll jump on Resonate and I'll show you the engine and everything.
You guys have your own engine?
Yeah, we built our engine from scratch.
Wait, before VR chat, but Linux.
Okay, yeah.
And Gary's Wi-Fi.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we built a metaverse before that.
That's okay. Because we're trying to do, we have a development problem with all of them.
Okay.
So whatever we have the capacity to get up to 4,000 people. Like very simple one thing that is like
In the metaverse.
In a single instance.
that's the problem. We can't get into a single instance.
So we solved these.
Okay.
So we're working on Unity next month. It's called Splitting, and our engine performance will jump through the roof. And we're going to be talking like 50 to 100 people, right? 100 people is going to be like low performance, but 50 people will be fairly good. But what we do is essentially multi-instancy, where you have like different pods of 50 people all interacting for example.
That's right.
Yeah.
In the metaverse?
In a metaverse.
How many devices do you
Everything. I don't think we've run into a device that we picked up. PCVR. It's PCVR. Yeah, it's PCVR. CFO. I'm the CFO. I have 16 smart guys. I write checks. That's all I do.
write checks?
I write checks. That's my job.
I write checks.
Yeah, I have smart people that explain to me what my product does. I just make sure everyone is paid.
This is good. Coming to this event is great.
Also, okay. Yeah, so they have contractors. If you want to set your event up, we just set the contractors up. You tell us what you want, either on your desktop or in VR, and just say, well, I want this here, I want this here, I want this here, and then live edit it right in front of you. It's all
seamless. It's all seamless. So you can be in VR, you can take off your headset and your computer, and then go back into VR with no reboots. No reboots. So that's great. Yeah, just hit
That's
it.
the cool part is you can actually open any asset and change the code right there.
Are you in beta? Are you in alpha?
No, we're free to download on Steam for non-commercial use. Like,
okay, it's not a web tool?
No.
I'm building, if it was a web tool, maybe we could have. We could do promote. I would say anything related to XR is supposed to XR. Yeah. If we can promote it, right? Like, if we can make it like, if there's an event that you need, or if there's a goal that you need, we need 1,000 people. This is we can create an event. One of my superpowers is I host Orlando, and I'm working with Unreal.
I got you the perfect setup. You barely have to look at anything. They can build the event, promote the event, and then
that's it. Plus, we're building a whole site. We're building infrastructure too. I appreciate you for doing that. We definitely have to connect.
yeah, you can talk about this relationship forward
by the end of the year.
Before the end of the year.
We can get this one.
No. I'm working on this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a on the OpenGL website. I was going through the putting this stuff in required from the beginning. Yeah, where we were why you're having it and then when we like showcasing VR games is always good. It just has a distinct position. And I think like audio wise, we
don't have audio.
We don't have audio.
I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. If there is something, there's a problem. Yeah, it's more than that.
Okay. We have 3 teams in the room now.
So, Frazier's gone in.
They both have
I would like to introduce
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, since he's the real estate guy, like real estate public, and Excel and stuff that they're working on.
I know that it's
So I would like to make that connection because if I bring a client that has not, he's going to give me.
Well, what it did was it double display number for
That escalated quickly. What happened to Rocky's hands? Oda's always got problems. Oh, okay, I didn't see that. I read it very quickly.
Yeah, they called it out, and then there was a specific shot of a couple of those giants. He literally was twice the size of the other giants.
He got Dory too, not just Rocky.
Well, and then a bunch of brand new other giants who were between the two meaning that that's also like an area.
Yeah, they got a bunch of So I'm like, holy shit, where are we going with this? With all the spots are tight. I think it's just the monster.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, that was my thing. Frankie Gaines was on the road. I don't remember him.
He's running around with scouting around with not wife. Because he refused to marry.
So I really like
They introduced her, and I never remember the name.
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember the name of the lady who's got the she's also a scout. Also, like, she's one of the last she's a lot of cool things, but I don't remember her name.
Yeah. I told you that like 4 times yesterday. It's like, there's so many menus, and I'm like, don't do it. I know. You were working, you had your head down.
How are you? Alright, we're going to start off with all day shows. Yeah.
Gonna make all my
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna get started here soon. I think the judges are on the final team, and then everybody's gonna flood into here, so we want to make sure that you're packing in over and around here, if possible, and then we're going to get going. So I hope within the next 5 minutes or so, we're able to get started.
Oh, we're live. From that camera that we're standing in, sitting behind. Right. Careful what you say. By the way, I'm getting people hooked on this book series I started reading. It's called Seven Colors World. I got Justin hooked on it. The concept is basically like, it's like one day the world turns, so the world ends and it becomes an MMO. People go down into a cave and they're in an MMO. And the main character came down with his girlfriend's cat. And then she eats like an enchanted pet biscuit and becomes a sentient player.
And the point is the remaining humans have to survive this. Yeah, it's like
The population
is who are like the fellows you're talking about. Like when you mean it's all it's all
most of humanity died because everybody was inside, all the buildings got somebody else. Just tell me where Carl was outside trying to get his girlfriend's cat out of a tree in his underwear. And the game's AI decided it's funny, so it keeps him with no pants and no shoes for the remainder of the game. In fact, right now he has like enchanted underwear of like with like a ton of buffs. Oh, it is hilarious.
Yeah,
but it's fine. So most of us are reading the audiobooks and the audiobooks have really good narration. Justin has a superpower where he can read them super fast. So if you're reading,
oh.
and to get a velocity. No, the Velociraptor doesn't.
Why should we not do that? Hey, we're live.
I forgot to give them the steamer that goes with the table cover. You have to rinse it out.
Did you guys pay
Yeah.
Remember, we don't live stream at all, so we're just kind of testing things out. So first day we're doing it, so hopping this Matt's merge system is over there. So one of the teams is going to be
Probably not because
broadcast here. Get up and go get it.
But she's like, what is she? Really long hair.
Anywhere you like.
And she's made, she's like getting used to and so many opinions. It's the one my sister has.
Just them two.
There we go, that's the picture. Yeah. Forgot about the princess.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
All right, we're going to start here in just a moment. Everybody take a seat.
Yeah, I'm getting near the end of book 3.
We'll be starting momentarily, so please take a seat.
I love the Minotaur. It's a centaur with both the I've read it, so I've not seen it.
It's the cover.
Oh! That bottom is cropped out of the audiobook. That's why. Okay, that's where that guy comes from. Yeah, he burned his bucket. Can he pets? Oh, and there's an entire group of a nursing home that went into the dungeons. I imagine Donut writes Mongo, like if you've ever seen that video of Gordon writing you just sit in the back and like some lady walks up and we look over from the way he's just looking at her. He's like, I'm riding my horse.
Okay, so my last two pages.
Oh, I'm in the video. I'm also frozen.
That's it. We just want to get.
I don't think I'm alive in that video.
Oh no, it's very.
That guy is not in front of us anymore.
Everybody take a seat for me, please. And thank you.
Okay, it's very delayed.
It's okay if it's about 30 seconds away for the video.
Sure. You're gonna have. I don't know what we're talking about. You have 7 minutes for your presentation, and you're allowed to.
Okay.
I'm making sure. I'm telling them what's going on. We're gonna have another time to finish your notes. And then come back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll have you guys.
Go ahead, take a seat. Thank you.
That is a quick solution to even use problems.
All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Well, what a weekend. I know I've been saying this quite a bit over the last few months, but it has been a journey to get to this point, and to finally see this come to fruition, and here we are at the end of the XRJam Jam. Has been something very special, not only to myself, but I know also the rest of the chapter leaders. We have pretty much everybody here today, but we're missing one, so I just want to acknowledge all of the chapter leaders over the last few months of all of their hard work to make sure that you guys have this opportunity to kind of showcase what your capabilities are as developers within the Unreal Engine here in Orlando, Florida. That being said, I will say that walking around talking to you, most of you this past week, and seeing the solutions that you've come up with, your unique ideas and your approach has definitely been inspiring, not only to myself, but I also know for the rest of the chapter leaders as well. Thoroughly proud for all of you guys for all of your hard work. So that being said, I would like to, first of all, have you all start off giving yourselves a round of applause. This is just the beginning. Getting this chapter back up and running, we knew for the longest time that we didn't want to have, Unreal Fest because it's going to be here in Orlando and this opportunity for us. So I have to extend, my heartfelt thank you to Unreal. We have Mark Collins here with us this evening. And then also Walt Yates. I've known Walt Yates for almost 5 years now, and Walt has been instrumental for not only myself as an individual, but for my company as well, and his knowledge and expertise within the modeling simulation community has been immense, especially here in Central Florida. So both of them have been, instrumental in supporting our chapter and to getting to this point. So for Epic and Unreal to kind of finally, in the beginning they were like, oh, we'll give you t-shirts and swag to start out with, to all of you now have an opportunity to go to Unreal Fest is a testament of their support for our chapter, and especially because of what you guys are doing. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for helping us kind of get this back up and running and growing. And like I said, this is just the start for us. So we have a lot of things that we have planned for after Unreal Fest. We have more events, especially through Indie with their game jams that are coming up. There's about 4 more game jams that I believe are coming up this year through Indie that the chapter is going to be supporting their efforts. The big one that I'm excited for is going to be closer towards the end of the year. That's just my selfish take on it. I love space, and the fact that we get to watch rockets launch here, almost on a daily basis is just, I turn into a 10-year-old kid every time I see the launch. So Indie Comic-Con's Indie Galactic Space Jam, I'm really looking forward to that. We'll have some special announcements here in the next few months on where that's going to be. But I will tell you, you won't be disappointed. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off over to Mark. Oh, yes, Mark, I'm sorry.
A few words.
Please come up and say a few words. Yes.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Mark Collins from Epic Games. I'm going to keep it really short because I don't want to try to do all the hard work and the real work that's going on with Matt, Marianne, all the chapter leads. I just want to say that Orlando for us is a really important venue. I spend, you can probably tell by the accent, Brit, please forgive me. But I spend probably about half the year, 20 odd weeks of the year here in Orlando. Before I joined Epic, I was lucky, so I used to come here a lot then anyway. And totally realised that the community and the lifeblood that comes through, into this from UCF, Full Sail, and places like that. We see incredible creativity, and I think that's what we've seen over the last couple of days here. Vital we do that. We're a small team, spread pretty thin, totally reliant on people like Matt and the other chapter leads to make sure that they keep spreading this good message. And even though the team only picked this up a couple of months ago, it's incredible the way it's growing. And the best thing I would say is that what we totally acknowledge is we think we've got a pretty good engine. It does incredible things, but it only does incredible things when it's put into the hands of people who've got real creative skills and imagination. And I think this weekend has emphasised that completely. And once we give it to you, and let you go crazy with it, then we see wonderful things developing. And that's what we see on a daily basis, what I see on a daily basis. Whether it's working with teams that are doing stuff with NASA, companies that are working to them, or in healthcare, or in space, or wherever it is. People take it and create things that are way beyond anything that people have ever before. So thank you very much for that. I look forward to seeing more of that. And on that note, hopefully I'll see you this week at Fest. Please come and say hello. Please be there and come and chat to the simulation team. I'll, as I say, come and chat. I come to Orlando quite a lot, so feel free to shout out. But thank you very much to Matt and the team.
let's go ahead and talk about why we're here, and that's what you guys have done in the last 48 hours. Actually, let's be real, it was less time than that. So we go ahead and pass this over to Kunal, one of the other chapter leaders, to just kind of take it from here and talk about what we have, what you guys have created.
Yeah, thank you all. In terms of game jams, it just really shows like how resourceful everybody is, because in a game jam you don't have that much time and something always goes wrong, always. So you always adapt, you figure something out, you find a way, and that's really the power of the people that are game developers. You're very resourceful, and then that's pretty awesome. And when you can apply that to new industries, they're pretty amazed. And I believe many of you become amazed as well, because you have powers to make a change in our world, for many different types of industries, whether it's space, health, defense, entertainment, or in terms of like our communities, where we live, like the smart cities or digital twins. It makes a big difference. And of course, real estate. So we want to get going. I know we're running late. We have 7 games. I believe Dream Home is the most visually intense one, so they didn't put an image there.
We gave you an image.
We gave what? Where'd it go? It didn't update, but it was just so realistic and scary, so they held off on it. But we're gonna try to go in a couple in an order, just because I know some of you have to head out. There's some equipment that has to go down. So I think Jordan, we're gonna have you guys go first. Then we're gonna have the merge system team go after that, and then we'll go from there. But again, thank you all for taking pictures and videos and things like that. I've been seeing it online, and of course, keep that going. If you have pictures in your phone, make sure you keep posting that. Post it tomorrow. Post it throughout Unreal Fest, because if not, none of this is real. None of it really happened. And again, thank you for your support. You could have been doing so many other things, but instead you chose to come here and build something, and you really don't know what serendipity comes after this. The relationships you have between each other, perhaps with the industries that we have here. Maybe there's some investment to further that project. Maybe you end up working for a different company. You start a company, maybe you grow things. Please take these relationships and run with that. Also, major thanks to our sponsors. We couldn't put on this event without many of the logos that are here. So thank you to everybody that's here: Orlando Tech Community, Senfluence, M3D, Orlando Life, Mercedes Studio, Glomp, 001, Employers for Change, Florida High Tech Corridor, OMG Labs, VR AR Association, Papa John's, Jason's Deli, Indianomicon, and District Cinema. And of course, the Orlando Regional Realtors Association. Short is Aura. Let us know. Tell us a little bit about. It's a beautiful place that we've got a chance to work at over the weekend. And we thank you so much for having us.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Aura. This is our new headquarters. We opened right around 8 months ago, and we're so thrilled to have you guys here. So what Aura does is we provide all the tools and systems necessary for realtors to do their job and to help facilitate property transfer. And so we're excited to see everything that you guys have come up with today. I don't know what your challenge was, and I have zero idea what you've been working on, but I'm excited to see what it is. And welcome to our new headquarters, welcome to our building, and we're really, really excited to have you. Thank you.
Frankly, with real estate, it is maybe the biggest industry that we do have in this region. And what you built, maybe it's something that becomes part of a portfolio of things that Aura offers to its members. All the members already get a lot of benefits, but maybe wouldn't it be awesome if part of their benefits is games? That could actually happen. So every realtor has to go and play your games. Also, thanks to Orange County government for their show of support. Very encouraging and really great great to see that innovation is something that's very strong within our region, and it's also exemplified by our government, our home, and we have a good level of support and attention that comes to that. So kudos to all of you for living here. Also, thanks to Senfluence, a big time supporter, Jack Hinkle. Please meet Jack. Not only is he a chapter leader, but he's a member of Senfluence, and they can be very supportive of your studio, your organization, or if you're going to start one, please make sure you meet with Jack. And also, Mega Meetup. Please talk to Isabella. If you have a studio, a project, a game, and you want to demonstrate something, or you have a high-tech talk that you may want to give, Mega Meetup is a new thing that's come together in the past year. Aim is that it happens quarterly, but it happens at the Melrose Center, and it's an accessible place that all of our different community organizations can be. And in one place, you can go and see all these different things. So we'd like to have you guys present there and show, and keeps the networking going. And we're going to get started with the games, but you guys worked on 3 different things that typically have not been in any of our jams, and this weekend is only the start of that. So we hope that here on out, 12 months of conversations with these 3 different things. And now for the fun, we're going to get started with the games. So Jordan, Jeremy, if you guys want to come on up, we'll have you guys go first. Then we're going to do something very experimental. Because the merge system's all the way over there, and you guys are all the way over here, we have a live stream camera set up over there, and I'm going to then switch to YouTube. And so the presentation is going to go there. It's going to go out into the world, to YouTube, and then back down here, and you can watch it. So let's just see what happens. 30 seconds later. Yeah. All right. We'll switch over, and we'll get started with this game.
Everyone? Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Dandone. This is Mr. Jordan Dowell. And I conceptualized a project named Stage Show, this jam. Consider it sort of a collaborative open house tool between realtor and client. So we essentially imagined that first impressions can be a pretty big deal, especially when it comes to real estate. And it'd be really nice if there was a tool that utilized CCM's 3D photo map data to be able to give a really good first impression of a location, and then have artists create a faithful photorealistic digital twin of a lot, property, or a house. Be able to scroll over a stage and show multiple neighborhoods sort of in the span of one day within the comfort of just someone's office. Preferably a pretty big office. They're going to use the merge system for this,
All right, hello everyone. So as Jeremy was saying, we want to help leverage the power of the geospatial data that's available to everyone. So we're using the Cesium platform. Had a chance to play with their tools, and so what we've created is a 3D representation of the city of Orlando and Orange County. You can fly around in this app on a laptop if you're interested. The idea is make it easy for people to kind of get a high-level view of the city, and then be able to zoom into different neighborhoods and then on individual houses, and present data for those locations, such as housing prices, noise levels, traffic, school zones, to help people in their home buying decisions, but also for other use cases, commercial use cases. So here's some of the metadata that would be available through using the platform. And there
various ways to present geospatial content for that location. So in this case, the buildings are generated from OpenStreetMap data. We've shown other images where data is coming from Google's photorealistic file system. We implemented a feature where you can pick an individual building, remove it, which will then allow you to insert a new building that maybe comes from some pre-created model, or maybe you want to create your own model and put that into the 3D scene.
So gamification is a pretty important process to anybody who's even remotely interested in game design, such as myself. So I essentially took inspiration from video games such as The Sims and Minecraft, and even something like first-person homesteading tools you might find in Fallout 4's workshop systems. So initially you would have a client select a neighborhood that they're thinking of purchasing from. They give you data such as the average house price of the area, crime data, environment data, which mostly just be flood risk, tornado risk, and temperature. And also be able to very quickly highlight a property and browse through them, get a basic idea of the address, the house price, and the bed and bath. And then you go even further than that. You would get a proximity of the nearest amenities, nearest hospitals, schools. You can also customize it to say, well, the nearest, this is the building I work, or the nearest, these are places I frequent on my own time. And then you would pick a specific house that would give you the address, year built, price. And you would initially just get the estimated monthly rate, but if you wanted further information, you could explode out this menu, and it would give you essentially MLS real estate data that sort of justifies or explains the monthly rate. And then you could go from here to go into either a stage mode or a show mode. But they are quite similar to one another. A real estate agent would initially go in and stage the property utilizing the either pre-made asset packs or custom assets provided by a hired artist. The property itself would most likely be, as I said, a digital twin that they also created. And when the real estate agent goes in and stages the property as they would in real life, make it look all presentable for the client. And then the client could take this information and start customizing the layout, get an idea of either the furniture they are purchasing or the furniture that they already own, and they can see just how much space they're actually going to have and what they can, for what purpose the rooms could be for. If they need like 2 offices, 2 bedrooms, if they repurpose any room. You can also get an idea of estimated monthly expenses if they put drag and drop plumbing, anything that uses electricity, and how much they're spending on their broadband. And you could also take them to an empty lot digital twin, and they could get an idea of what they're going to be building on this property, as well as some landscape tools as well. Very similar to how it works in Sims. We're sort of bringing in the real estate data so they can get the hard metrics that they need to make an informed decision.
Any questions? Right.
When it comes to accessibility and you're dealing with people with limited mobility, how do you integrate that into the search components?
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about having an actual 3D environment that you can go inside and interact with. Maybe you have a really high fidelity model and you want to maybe have someone to stay away and go around in a wheelchair and see, well, how well can they interact in this new building that we're planning on creating, right? And make sure everything they gave the client for this building.
One more question. Yeah, one more question. Anyone else have a question?
Anybody else?
Okay. Will you be able to check out the interior of the buildings that you are having for each lot?
Yes, so he's asking about being able to see the interior of the buildings. That's a big feature that we're still working on, right?
Yeah, no, the entire purpose of the build mode is that it's an extended tool set compared to staging, where staging is you're just arranging the furniture and whatnot, but building, you're building every little thing right down to every brick, every mortar, and also landscaping the property. Get a broad idea either of the house the person wants to build or the new property that a company or whoever wants to build on that lot.
Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Next we're going to have Realty AI. You guys are going to head over to the merge system. I'm going to open up YouTube and then let's see how this all goes. And then right after them, perhaps we can have Dream Home.
Yep.
So if you guys want to start setting up over here.
And then they give you a mic, so when you speak,
So you get 7 minutes, but when we hit the last 2 minutes, I'll do that. I'll send you that, and when it's 30 seconds, I'll go to the job.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be speaking about Realty AI. This is going to be a AI marketing system for real estate, everything real estate. Today we have a wonderful team. My name is Rome.
Hi, my name is Chuck. My background is in actually in aviation geospatial, so this theme of the game jam kind of really connected to me to start doing some of the 3D models and more interior design.
I'm Juan Perez. I'm a game designer.
My name is Dayton. I am an audio designer.
I'm Jeremiah Garcia. Jeremiah Garcia and I guess.
So our solution, it involves content and creating content at scale. What we do is we are solving the media content solution for real estate agent and everything real estate. We start by first gathering information and data on Zillow or any other type of media. And what we do is we scrape Zillow and everything when it comes to the media, and we convert images into video using AI. So you can have images that are on Zillow and convert them in video. And from these videos, we collect all the data on the listing, and we then convert these listings into automatically generated videos. These videos include data about the listing, and what that includes is like how many houses, how many living rooms, and the different solutions. The next step that we did for this jam was we then advanced our cloning system to allow the real estate agents to be able to pretty much get their videos generated automatically. These clones are made with HeyGen and 11 Labs, and we actually had the opportunity to have a real estate agent actually come into this game jam and get cloned. This is our process for cloning them. I'll let them explain a little bit more, but
Yeah, so like I said, my background was in aerial mapping, and so for this project, we were able to bring in an actual model of a realtor, and so we did a 3D scan of her facial features, and we use that to bring it to Unreal Engine. And then here we would start using Unreal to start animating using some of the voice lines that Dayton collected, plugged in that audio, then her facial movements were automatically animated, so we didn't really have to do that ourselves. And then her movements that you see here was actually done using the XR merge system. So we had our actor standing on the XR merge system, kind of talking out her script and moving around, and then she has a virtual environment to kind of reference, so that way a realtor doesn't have to physically be at a location to sell a house.
And the important part about this is that content at scale. So what this means is that once we have the data and all the information needed for a real estate listing, whether 2D or 3D, we're able to generate a massive amount of content for them. So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you just got your license, but you don't know what listings to be a part of or anything in general, you can choose to get a clone of yourself done in 2D with the voice, or put yourself in an actual listing. So for example, if you're in Dubai, or if there's a listing in Dubai and it's $1 million home, but you're not able to demo or anything, you can easily be able to put yourself in that space. And one thing to mention, we use Scaniverse for this LiDAR scan, but that's just to map the entire environment. the next step in the phase is to use AI to upscale it to make it like a higher quality. If you also switch over to the deepfake tab, this is just an example of what can be done with MetaHuman and deepfakes after. So first it goes through Unreal, and then we apply video texture deepfake to be able to allow it to advance even more. Yes, and the cool thing is you can interact. It's also an interactive tool. So not only something that can generate thousands of videos for real estate, but also for automatic video generation. And
just for a little quick bonus challenge that we had to do was implementing one of our lunches that we had was Jason's Deli. So Jeremiah was actually able to get some of our 3D artwork done for some of the lunch boxes. So we have those lunch boxes on the table with Jason's Deli. So we were able to bring those actors into our level. So that was a fun little challenge that we did. I think we're going to start moving over to the live link demonstration. Kunal,
All right, so I got to take the HDMI from this. Let's just see what happens.
And I guess while they're switching it over, just to mention that this tool is just the beginning. I believe that AI is going to be a major role that is going to be something that goes with Unreal. So real-time interactions and everything to do with automations and automatic listing. So as you can see right here, we have a live demonstration using the merged technology, and we are able to have the real estate agent actually interact with the environment and get a general feel of what it's like to be in the environment at scale. Again, I think this is a solution that, for example, having an event where everyone's able to, realtors or whoever is able to stand in the actual environment and at scale make marketing material and content without the worry or anything else. Okay, I think I covered everything. Is there anything we're missing, or do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, any questions?
Okay, you're officially on 2 questions. Anybody in the audience have questions for this team? Yes.
So, will the game's assets be encrypted so that the AI doesn't get scalped on the internet and used for false advertising?
With the AI generation portion of it, we understand that privacy and policies are one of the most important things. So I know there's going to be a lot of technology. I believe in crypto technology where you're able to lock in authentication, but there's also other means of locking authentication, making sure assets are handled directly. All right, correct.
Second question. Got one up there?
We talked about this in our session. I just wanted more information on how you guys connect the scripts to AI with emotion. Can you go a little bit more in depth around that?
Sure, thank you. One of the things trying to mention is that once we scrape the data from Zillow or any other data source, we then use emotional color wheel to pretty much adapt the scripts based on the buyer's persona. So whether you are a person that cares about family or school or anything relating to your demographic, we're able to generate the content at scale based on that interaction. So not only is it something that you can do for one person, but you can gauge the information about the listing for the masses, and that aligns with the content at scale.
All right, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Justin's getting all the VR stuff set.
All right.
evening, everyone, this fine Sunday evening. We're Team Dream Home. We do have a logo. I do have proof. Canal.
We believe you.
At Canal. There's our logo. Project Dream Home. Project Dream Home. All right, so we took a smaller scope approach. We really wanted to solve a very specific issue with our approach. One thing we all know is Unreal has the capability to make very wonderful, hyper-realistic fidelity with lighting and assets and materials and textures. However, this takes a really long time to do. So, when we look at a video example such as this, we see a very nice high fidelity. We see the lumen implemented. We also see the ability to interact and manipulate objects. Now, this is wonderful. Using this as an example for a showing, for an apartment, or for a house, or even a potential business, what a potential coffee shop might look like, what an office space might look like, right? These are all things that would be wonderful. However, when you have a single family home, paying someone thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to make this visualization is a very big expense. This is something that you have to go back and forth on customization, and it becomes really, really difficult. So what if I told you you can get this level of fidelity, and instead of spending tens of thousands of dollars, as well as a ton of time, 2 weeks of a dev team time, you could do it in an hour by yourself with no dev skills. And that is the solution that we came up with. So, the first solution here is we wanted to be able to build stuff to a sense of scale. So, using these wonderful blueprint outlines for a house, blueprints and blueprints in Unreal. It's a match made in heaven. So, we have been able to create a solution that auto-generates the blueprint inside of Unreal to scale, and then we can go in there and play Interior Designer. So, to demonstrate that, we have this original blueprint, and we used a little bit of AI generation here. You have to throw a little AI in. And we were able to convert it to this image, literally from ChatGPT. You can see my one-to-one. From there, we had our artist come here and clean it up just a little bit. You could probably pass it through just a few more images to get a basic outline blueprint. Now, this is to scale. And to show that, we have this example. I have this image right here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in. And we're going to wait 5 seconds. Yes, this is a 5-second process. And bam, you can see it is already to scale. Now, one thing that is cool.
That was real-time generation.
That was real time. This is
Pretty impressive.
so we've been able to use the contrast between the light and the dark. You could flip-flop the image. You can invert it, right? So it could be black lines, white background, but 48 hours. So with this, we're able to go in and manipulate. So I'm going to have Tony on the microphone here. He'll put it in front of my face because I need my hands.
Well, I thought I was just going to talk.
You can talk as well. So as you can see, we're using hand tracking. For those who haven't seen hand tracking, you don't need controllers, right? This is just running on the headset and, of course, my laptop. So one thing we want to be able to do is run around and manipulate our scene in real time. For example, my character right now is about 5'7", that's what we set it to. So I can go through, teleport, and get a sense of scale, right? So let's say I wanted this to be my living room / dining room, but I don't really know what that's going to look like yet. What we can do here is I can switch into my object manipulation mode, right? And then go ahead and press A for me. And you can see we have a bunch of preset items that we can manipulate and place around in our scene. So go ahead and switch through, go back one. Well, you go ahead and use that shelf. So we have this shelf here if I want to place it, or I can rotate and manipulate it around my scene. I do that through a middle pinch. And let's say I want to place that right over here. And I pinch. Boom, my object is now on my scene. But I need a dining room table. I don't have a dining room table. So go ahead and flip through here a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and place a dining room table. And then go ahead and press A for me a little bit. So I'm going to turn off the object manipulation mode. I also, if I don't want to place preset objects, I can also place an individual item. So if I wanted to place an individual table somewhere, let's say I wanted a table right over there, I can go through here. I can select a small dining table, ignore my little pinch, and if I pinch, boom, we have a dining table. And let's say I wanted my Jason's Deli Bag sandwich. I can place that on the table.
Oh, that's great. Let's get a visual of that.
Let's get another one on the floor. All right. Go ahead and press A for me. So I can also go through and do other stuff. We have a bunch of sets. In the short time span, we were able to create 30 sets thanks to the work of these guys next to me. So go ahead and we'll find a living room set here. This one will work. And we can go ahead and place our living room in the scene. Go ahead and drop it right there. And then go ahead and press A for me. And I'm going to turn off my object mode. And we're going to switch back to the teleport mode. And one thing I'm starting to notice, if I'm a realtor using this app, or even if I'm a client using this app, it kind of looks kind of dark, right? It's looking kind of gloomy in here. So what if I wanted to add a little bit of light to my scene? Go ahead and press L for me. With the power of my hand, I can summon light. Press L again. So I'm going to come over here, give it some more light. Boom. So I can manipulate and brighten up my scene. It starts to look a lot better. And so with this, you can effectively play interior designer, and you can build that. And you can see how quickly we've gotten to this point. Ignore my rotation. You can see how quickly we've gotten to this point, and we've only spent a little bit of time. So one thing we wanted to do is we gave these guys, these are the actual artists, so we gave them the challenge of what can you build in literally an hour of time. So we started this at 3 p.m. today before the cutoff.
It was 20 minutes, by the way.
It was more like 20 minutes.
Justin, you're in your 30 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
Just a couple things. We did focus on preset sets of furniture and stuff just to speed things up so that when you guys are making this for yourselves, you're not placing every individual pillow on the couch. You can very quickly then build out a house.
Yep, so as you can see here, with artists' work, we can quickly build out a home to the same level of realism. And like I said, instead of having to hire a whole team, you can do it yourself, or you can have an intern do it as well. So that is our idea, building a project dream home. And it doesn't have to be for a home, it can also be for a business, it could be for a potential real estate space. And I hope you like it. Any questions?
Can you zoom in on the Jason's deli bag so I can get a picture?
Oh, let me spawn one real quick.
Yeah,
so you got your questions.
Oh, and we did have a solution for windows and borders and textures and things. We just didn't have time. What are you doing?
I'm looking at the Jason's deli bag.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yep.
Jason's deli in VR.
Jason's deli in VR.
You're gonna love
this. So there you go. That's our Project Dream Home.
Any questions?
Jeremy, you go first.
All right, so that's a great tool for us, of all. So the one thing that I'm noticing, and it is just a prototype, but the two things that I think always come on whenever you have a building tool like this is that we want to look at as pretty as possible, and we want customized sets. Do you guys have any way to maybe sort of mitigate the fact that eventually you're kind of going to end up touching on the initial problem where you're going to need an artist to build those things?
So you would have a preset library. That way you're not building custom furniture for every single house.
Well, the idea is that eventually that would be something that someone would, like, would you guys would be able to very easily, like, maybe have a tool where, I want to say just mod support, like you just support adding custom assets perhaps?
Yeah, so the same way like what you saw, that's a custom image. So any blueprint, we can download that, throw it into an AI within 3 minutes or so, get an image we can use and automatically generate that space to the same scale and fidelity. Same can be done with an actual 3D model. If you photogrammetry an asset, you wanted to import it and spawn it, you should be able to do that as well. Obviously, it's custom built, but yeah, you can do that as well.
All right.
One more.
Actually, there was a question over here.
I have the same one actually.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this is really promising. I'm just wondering if this is going, if this would go forward, would you guys plan to put this on MetaQuest headsets to make it as accessible, or any other devices like maybe AR phones or anything like a standardized desktop tool?
Yeah, so I see it similar to, if any of you have played with the architectural visualization template in Unreal, it has a desktop mode as well as a VR mode, and if you have a VR headset connected, it can launch a VR. If you don't, it just plays the desktop. So you could have something the same fidelity, my screen's gone, as that video I showed you right at the beginning, right, where you walk around, like standard, first person kind of experience, or you take it one step further and do a VR. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the client that's actually experiencing it. If a realtor wants to create that image, they don't have the budget for the house that they're trying to do that amazing visualization, they can go in, preset themselves in an hour without having to actually move furniture, take a video recording of what they're doing, and just send it to the client of a walkthrough.
So next up, next up, we'll have Realtar. Come on up. RealsAR. And right after this team, we'll have high availability come up, followed by accessibility sandbox, and then inspection detection. And we're done.
Hi everybody. We are RealXRJam. We saw a real opportunity to increase the immersiveness of RealXRJam. Some of us need to go and have a very immersive once showing, maybe once a day. So we wanted to make an opportunity where you can come to one place and see a lot of things and have something that's extremely customized to you. So the objectives we saw opportunity with were creating immersive and accessible real estate showings, revolutionizing the way we train real estate agents, and having customized interactions that wow clients and close the deals faster. So part of those key features were having a top-down map where you could choose a plot, being able to actually choose a different layout, having cross sections, being able to see behind walls, see wiring and see different safety features, material swapping, and using room navigations with the gestures. Okay. So this is what our plan was going into this, and the next one shows what really happened. But we did focus on building a really good framework that we could develop into something much larger. So let's show what we coming up. So here's the hidden features that we called hidden because they did probably make it work really hard on them, but we didn't get to show off these cool things. So we'll show you here quickly. They are the fact that you can have custom mock-ups and they will translate to actual buildings when you build them. That you could see the real-time lighting as you adjust it on the slider in the scene. So you can see your location in different lighting situations. Actually having the furniture animate when it launches and show custom animation based on what you answered. Because we imagine you come to the real estate office and you answered some little onboarding questions, you build a little about yourself, and then as you're walking through this experience, everything's custom to those things that you revealed. While you're in there going your onboarding, they scan your car and it's waiting in the driveway when you walk up to the virtual house. Okay? So, and then this X-ray vision, we do RealXRJam. We want to show that this is the next generation, so we're focused on next gen visualizations. So, thank you. Are there any questions? We can show you how it works. This is the plot. You can actually choose a few different layouts on there and then build your home and visualize it and real-time lighting. So that's RealXRJam.
Great work, Chris. So next up, I believe, is high availability. You're ready for that?
Hello everyone, my name is Brendan St. Spree. I would like to present our game High Availability. Well, first I'll have everyone do introductions.
Hi, my name is Lolita. I was the artist and developer for this project.
Hello, I'm Zach. I was a little bit of a generalist and probably the one who had the most technical difficulties this jam.
Hi, I'm Rajat, the gameplay engineer for this project.
Hello, my name is Samuel. I did some of the debugging and some of the UI.
I would say I'm more of a creative director, although I did help with some of the logic for like the game mode. And I did a couple of art things. So our initial pitch of the game was if you're either an architect in IT or like a building manager, we wanted to create sort of a tool of where should you be placing your routers for the most amount of internet connection. So we kind of wanted to focus on the networking aspect and more of like a top-down, sort of 3D, like your commander type of deal. The kind of influence I thought was more of a tower defense type of game, but the inverse, where you're trying, instead of trying to destroy something, you're trying to keep, you're trying to give Wi-Fi signals to incoming units. In this case, it's actual people. So what we learned from this project, the first one was when you're doing your project planning, the third day, or excuse me, the first day should be everyone needs to figure out what they should be doing, what their role in the team is. The second day is going to be building the prototype, and by the end of that day, you want to make at least a playable build. It has to have something, and then by the third day, that's going to be the polish, the making everything look better and feel good. The other thing was do Shift plus B to build your project, because we had a lot of issues of people getting their GitHub repositories not working until you built the project and everything would work. And then, so for half of us, we're using C++, half of us were using Blueprint system. We did find some issues that of like certain variables being only accessible in the C++ project, and stuff only being accessible for blueprints. It's just, we've learned that doing blueprints and C++ can be an issue, and it can cause headaches. Gameplay video. We can do a live demo instead of just watching a YouTube video to make it more interactive.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sort of plot is you are a company, you are partnered with Jason's Deli, but in this case it'd probably be a tech company because the Wi-Fi and routers. So the controls are quite simple. You use left click to place your routers and right click to sell your routers. And we can start the game right now. So to kind of like simulate, this is like nighttime, so before your company has started to go to work. We're going to place some routers as such. So we have over here in the cache, that's it costs $50 to place these bigger routers. We have these smaller routers which cost only $25. And I want to create a dead zone so we can showcase at least one of the mechanics. And now we're going to start our day. This is our availability meter. So this is like kind of our sort of like ranking system of how well we are distributing the network to our employees. And now the day has started. These units, they're going to walk across and they get the signal. So they turn red when they're not getting their signal, sort of indicate like where a dead zone is. Now, if this was a more like, if we were going to sell this, we probably want to use actual data. This is all like hypothetical and like prototyping, but we want to use real actual data so that you would make a real estimate instead of just using hypotheticals. So the day has passed, everyone has left, and that sort of restarts the whole gameplay loop. So now we have more money because our company is productive. We can buy more routers. And that is the sort of basic showcase of our prototype. I guess the last thing to show off is if we want to sort of go under, we have no Wi-Fi. So we can just showcase our game over screen. Phones aren't working. Lost. Jason's Deli is approved, but it's saying he delicious sandwiches. Oh, great question.
Yeah, is there any? Huh? All right, then we'll head on to the next team, Accessibility Sandbox. And followed by Inspection Detection, final game, and the judges will deliberate.
Do you want me to start while you're setting up? Do you want me to start while you're setting up? Okay. Hello, I'm Paige. This is my team, Mark, Drew, Lindsay, and Mamas. We're Fians from just down the street at UCF's downtown campus. Our team are the floor planners, and we are tackling designing ADA-compliant accessibility aids within an XR space. Rather than traditional 3D and 2D tools, city planners, designers, and architects can use the XR space to design and test accessibility on buildings before breaking ground. You guys good? There it is. Okay. This serves as both an educational tool for architects and an engaging game component by allowing architects to act as actual level designers to create their level and then test their game, all while fulfilling ADA accessibility accommodations. Our specific demonstration today is going to be going over Accessibility Code 407, designing ramps for public spaces. Drew will be demonstrating. The joys of live demonstration. While they finish setting that up, I can talk about the future implications for a project like this. So there are over 1,000 ADA accessibility accommodations, all coded out and ready for use, and Orlando is 150 years old. So they're building new buildings every day, but they're also renovating old buildings all the time. To save a lot of money, I bet designers would love to know that their plans work in a real space before they break ground on a physical building. So we've built this to be scalable and able to both educate and use real-time scales to simulate a actual problem for each single accessibility code. This just demonstrates one, just imagine what we can do with 1,000. If we make our system scalable and get like more than 48 hours, we'll have a lot of time to make designers have the tools they need to make the accessibility accommodations they need. You guys good?
It's not connecting.
You know more video?
This is what it is.
Did you guys make a video?
We have an old video.
There you go.
Oh, connected.
Active.
There you go. Sometimes Wi-Fi does not work, so you go back to wired. Wired is working.
Thanks for bearing with us. Alright.
Camera fired up.
Take it away.
What?
Take it away.
Hello everyone, I cannot see you, but you can see me. So, our game is about, it is an accessibility sandbox. So, sometimes you'll see a lot of different buildings like this one. You can see, like, it has a landing and it has a staircase. But, how would someone that's on a beach here go up? There's a ramp here. So, this is where we come in. We're gonna get one of our own ramps and we're gonna place it up there. I'm not gonna walk. I just can go. There you go. Place ramp.
Sweet jumps.
I don't think someone can like jump up over here if they're on the beach here. So this is around a little bit and go. So back a bit. Yeah. At least it's connected to the landing. So now there are some compliance, like some ADA compliance that require you to have your ramps be certain length and certain slope. So I'm just gonna scale this down.
Nice.
There you go. So according to ADA, according to ADA, your slope should be 1 by 12. So for each 1 meter length, you should have 12 meters of for every 1 meter height, you should have 12 meters of length. Right now, our height is only 0.5, so this is 6 meters. So now that I have a ramp, I can climb up over it. Aha! Now I have a door. I have another problem. How do I solve this? I have a button. Here it comes. That's it. A lot of people who are on wheelchairs will not be able to open doors easily, so that's why we have automatic doors, so they can just press the button and get in. We're just gonna go ahead and the door opens. And now it's just gonna scroll us in and
7.
just imagine we're in. So yay!
They've turned what was previously an inaccessible building into an accessible building for our standards. And that's all we have.
Good job.
Any questions? Yes. Yes.
Right. Wonderful tool. We all know accessibility is definitely an important part of development. So my question to you is, this was a design contained within a computer. Is this something that if you're looking at an existing building could be applied in a more VR application where you could walk up to an existing building and using the tools on site kind of look to see what the actual requirements are in that space?
Yes, our ultimate goal was to pair this with the digital twin of Orlando so that they can make real-time simulation off of the existing buildings with the current data that we have in the city.
One more question.
Quick question. It's a very good demo. Is it possible that you can make it connect to Internet of Things, IoT, I think it's called, where someone can just spawn a button to open a real door, say for example, in a place that has the availability, I guess. So almost like an interactive button to open up doors that you can't access.
Theoretically, yes. They're like scripted with the back, but theoretically, yeah.
I don't think that's something that we had previously discussed. So I suppose they're the coders. I suppose it's possible as long as they believe it's possible. It's not a bad idea.
Thanks a lot. We have the final team coming up, and right after that, what we'll do is we'll allow the judges to head into the back to deliberate and figure out first, second, and third, and then we'll go over some house rules and things like that, and how we can wrap up the evening, make sure we can clean up the place, and of course, we can't leave until we have the group shot, and that will ensure that we actually can prove we were here.
Hello, everybody. We are Team Lost Jenny. Let me get this up for a second. Put this here. Okay, maximize. And this is inspection detection. And we decided to make a game focused on sort of real estate. Traditionally, home inspection training and client education are limited, static, and lack a hands-on experience, leading to unprepared professionals and confused clients. So our solution, our home inspection simulator gamifies real-world scenarios, allowing inspectors, agents, and clients to practice spotting and addressing common violations like mold, fire hazards, and broken items in a safe, immersive, and fun environment. There's just some extra details about the housing market. You can see there's just quite a lot going on around here. And when you are trying to get your license as a real estate agent, there's a lot of coursework you have to do. So we're hoping that this could be integrated into our curriculum to help speed up that process. And it's also something that could work with home buyers themselves and help them know what to look for in inspection, possibly save some money. Common violations, we got plumbing problems. You can see you got termite and pest damage. We have foundation and structural issues. And what's happening in this game, it's an asymmetrical game. If you're familiar with any of those like horror games that are on Steam. So the first player is going to be, we call them the saboteur. They're going into a house and they have to find things in the house that could be violations, and they'll turn it into a violation. So for example, they'll make a wall have water damage. They'll make a ceiling have termite damage. Things like that. We give them 60 seconds for the sake of the demo. We only did 30 seconds, and then the other player, who by the way I didn't mention, they're supposed to not look at the screen because that would kind of ruin everything. Then they get to jump in front of the computer, and then they have a minute to go and find all those problems. And it's not just select it and realize that there's something wrong with it. You have a list of things that could potentially be wrong with it, so you have to select the correct one to make sure that you didn't just guess. You actually know why that's a problem. And then at the very end, there's a comprehensive after-action review that just tells you what you guessed if you got it right. And then you can read more details about that specific violation, so you can train up on that. All right, I'll just jump right into the demo itself, and we'll talk more after that. Kindly hold the microphone. So I will play both the saboteur and all original music and art, by the way. So the saboteur is going first. Your goal is to create 5 code violations. For the sake of the demo, we just made it 3. And instead of 60 seconds, we made it 30. Maybe we'll get some Jason demo at the end. Alright, I'm walking around this house. Okay. let's see if there's a cable. I'm gonna break that cable. I'll make it so you can see it. Broken. Now you see it's actually broken. Go over to the smoke detector. I'm gonna mess up the smoke detector. Broken. I've got a dirty wall now. The texture didn't load, but that's filthy. Let's just pretend that's really great. Now time's up. Now it's the inspector's time, so I'm jumping on the computer. Oh, yep, definitely we got a broken wire. That's out of compliance. So let's say we got a broken wire. Oh, yep, definitely that's a violation. Can't have a broken smoke detector. This wall is just filthy. Come on, guys. We gotta clean this. And then we would wait. You can see we were planning to have up to 6 per room or per environment. Then at the end, here would be all the violations. You would get to see which ones you got right, how many you got right, and then a little description. We even wanted to have a little glossary in the back where you can just free look. Yeah, and so we passed that. We passed that. Great job, everybody. Alright, so moving on with the rest of the presentation, the project details. So we wanted to feature real-world scenarios. Myself and another team member. Actually, we had issues ourselves when moving into our houses during our inspections. For example, hers, she had a permit that she needed, and she thought with permits, and she thought she got all the permits. Turned out she was missing one, and now construction or finishing our house has been halted, which is an issue. Me, I had an issue where the last person who owned my house was a realtor, so he knew all the tricks. And I had to actually do some research myself, figured out that some things technically weren't good enough, even though he was trying to say they were, and I actually wound up saving multiple thousands of dollars because of that. So that can help the consumer. We can also use this for violation detection, ADA compliance even. We can make a scenario where you are having to go through a house or a structure in a city, for example, and see if it has ADA compliance. Same exact framework would work. Skill reinforcement, if you're currently an inspector or going through inspector training at the moment, or you're just a realtor and want to learn yourself what the current codes are. And we can even make this specific to specific counties in America because apparently every county has different rules. Market readiness, we already mentioned that. Yep, technical facts, we use UV 5.5.4. Another thing we actually made, but we didn't have the chance to fully implement it, we actually have a data-driven solution in MongoDB where we could make pre-made scenarios where they would pull from the database and already have those. Instead of having the two-player mode, it would be single player, so maybe you're someone who specializes in spotting water damage, spotting mold or something like that, or electrical. You could go in for that specific one for you. And we also want to do VR. That would be definitely we could do VR in the future. And then here's our team. And we're kind of running out of time. So thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Did you have any plans for if you did get something wrong, maybe it would like re-walk you through and be like, by the way, you missed the wire right here to highlight?
Yes, so ideally we would have at the end, you could walk through and things that you got right would be highlighted in green, and other things we highlighted in red, you can mouse over them, and then you get even more info about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you thought about making a version or a product that could be scalable for commercial space and or for like cities, like for utilities and different things like that?
Yeah, we were thinking this platform could be used for like roadways even, right? Anything that needs some sort of compliance, you just have to know about what the legalities of something are. You can go through and check anything with inspection requirements.
So we live in Florida, and I don't know if you've noticed, but it occasionally gets windy and wet outside. We have to prepare for hurricanes. We could also have a scenario where we walk through hurricane preparations, the windows, the door seals, roofing, things like that, drainage in yards, anything that could better prepare us, reduce costs of repair later on, improve safety at the time. We could do that for after the fact of an event like that, or cleanup hazards. We're talking about city usage, power lines down. Find out where that's a higher risk, who that would affect, everything like that. But there's it's definitely integration with your neighborhood or citywide usage.
All right, that was the last.
Thanks, folks. That was amazing. So we've finished all the games, and so now we're going to allow the judges to head into the back to deliberate and figure out who's winning first, second, and third for honor. And then we'll give us a chance to just kind of talk through how we just wrap up the evening. There's like just a few core things that we get done. Yep. So we'll give the judges 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, there's some things that we can do.
Tell us what those 10 things are. Things we can do for art and all. What are the things we can do?
Oh, I'll tell you. Just for some audience participation, we can ask you a question. So as the judges are deliberating, we're going to give them 10 minutes to be able to figure out where they're ranking. And we're going to wrap up the evening here. And there's just a few things that we got to do. I don't know, do any of you recognize this place right here? Yeah?
We're here.
Notice how it is pristine. It is so clean. And something that we have to do before we head out is to make sure that this place is clean. So we pick up everything that we've left behind, we pack up our bags, we make sure that this place is super clean because we want to come back here. Whether it's for next year's jam or another event, so we're going to need all of your help to do that. And then we also have to get a group shot. But you know, we've never done the UnrealXRJam before, so we don't actually have an example of a group shot, but we have to create one. So we'll have to figure out where we do that, whether we do that right here. I don't think we do it on the steps, like maybe we do that. But we have to figure out where we do this group shot so we can have an example of this too. Because again, if there's no pictures, it didn't really happen. Now, while the judges are deliberating, this might actually be the right time to pack up. I would say like start cleaning up things, put your bags away, do all that, and then, you know, of course, end up right back here. And then we'll be able to announce the winners, and we'll get some pictures, and then make sure that we can get a line for the pictures, and then we'll have just kind of next steps to make sure that you guys are ready for Unreal Fest that's happening this coming week. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Our dreams are coming true. We're going to get the group shot on the steps.
This one's
tonight or tomorrow, I'll send you some of the music.
once.
That's
Yeah.
That's
Less than 40.
The screen.
Yeah, we had
really scale
Just always
Yeah, I like that. That was very nostalgic.
get on there from. So I started like that market thing that's like I wanted to take on that part of the business, my dad doing for me. So I started my great he wasn't getting it. I'm like, I didn't get on the I'm like, there's so much more. Thank you. It's like, okay, he wasn't he's like, but you're not really.
Yeah. My son just got back from Utah. He was a week he went to Seattle on a month. I just like played it on here, like something like adventures like that. But now like he comes back and he's showing me photos like yeah. And then like differently, in Utah it was like by Moab and like all the rocks and like you had to like go through like certain areas where it was like super skinny and it's funny like it's all the same color but it's just it doesn't look real. So you got two big projects, two little projects. One is the other. No what? No what? Yeah. And you have until Friday? How much people you got at your place now? 5. What kind of projects are you guys?
There you go. Wait for it to talk about the other screen. There you go. I'm going to wait for it to talk about the other screen. There you go. I'm going to wait for it to talk about the other screen. There you go. Those were issued to me. Okay. There's like
Alright, we're gonna get some of you guys to come on back. We have the results. So, next 2 minutes, wrap it up, and then we'll have everybody back here to get a group shot, and then we'll finish cleaning up.
Where are we doing the? It's going to be the steps over there, but we'll announce like 30 seconds first. Okay. And then we'll all okay.
You guys like
Yes.
Hold on, I got my box.
How was the first clapping? I'm very curious to hear. Is it okay? Yeah, because it wasn't going well. Everybody was thinking, not walking, not
Hey, if everybody just take a seat, please.
Oh, the circle, yeah. That something I learned right.
Dave? All the chapter leaders, please come up. We're missing Isabella. Sorry is lying. Don't tell us.
So while we're waiting for everybody to finally sit in, one last thing. Again, this evening would not be possible for the individuals that aren't standing up here. These are the people that actually came up with. Over the last few months, they've dedicated their time, to this community to ensure that we can actually have this, started again, and that we can actually really build something that's meaningful. we've gotten the attention of Epic and Unreal. We appreciate that, again, that they're here and kind of acknowledging what you guys are doing and what we're doing as a chapter. So I just wanted to take a moment to have you guys really appreciate their effort. There's a lot behind the scenes that you guys haven't seen, and that's okay. But I mean, I just want to give them, the credit where credit's due, because it's been a group effort for sure and a lot of hard work. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much. So I really appreciate it. Now it comes to that moment. It's time to get on the chopping block right now. But let's go ahead and for a second on first. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So the judges, would you mind guys coming up here and introducing yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Jay Thomas. I am actually a realtor and I'm a part of the forum. So grateful to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hello, good evening everyone. Rosangela Parker. I'm Program Manager for Plug and Play Smart Cities here in Orlando.
Fraser Bowie. I'm part of the Orlando Tech community and an independent consultant in XR Technologies.
All right. So third place.
We're going to make sure that we hit the visual as well.
While they're getting that ready, I must say I was super impressed with the amount of work you guys did in those 48 hours. Having participated myself in some of these weekend challenges, I know what it takes to bring a team together, to have a cohesive vision and execute it in that limited amount of time. So kudos to all of you for sticking through it and coming together to come up with some amazing different versions of what you see as solutions to real world problems here for our community.
Yeah, we are. So third place.
Third place goes to Realty AI. You guys came in third place that we loved that what you guys created is for business tomorrow, especially as a real estate professional. I could use your tool in my business tomorrow. So I loved it. Great job. I love the scripting and the emotional part that you guys created is cool. So congratulations.
Second place
is Greenhouse.
All right. You guys,
the tool you created, and I know what it takes to create tools like that. The fact that you did it so well, so quickly, and it really does seem like a tool that's needed today. So kudos.
all right, so first place, and then we'll do, drum roll. Yeah. First place.
What you came up with was a beautiful integration of gamifying real-world challenges when it comes to the learning experience of compliance. It's everything that you can put together, whether it's for development, whether it is for just a learning platform, education, training. It is so scalable. My only ask of you is to do it. Get the idea, work on it, develop it, execute it. You have an amazing tool in your hands, and I think the community is waiting for it to be available and accessible. Congratulations.
And so with that, the next step is going to be all of us will somehow have to get to those stairs over there, perhaps using our legs, and the challenge will be, how do we situate ourselves to have the entire group shot? So I'm going to trust that someone will be able to organize that.
Before you take off, I just want to say something pretty important. I think you just need to take a quick moment and realize what you just accomplished. We just had the first Unreal XRJam Jam. Like we all like to say, but I don't think so. But take it to Unreal Fest. We've got some of our Unreal peeps here.
Thank you again.
Yes. And so basically, we will remember that you were part of this first event, and nobody can ever take that from you. And it's only going to be more exciting from here. So let's roll. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, picture from the stairs.
Come on.
Don't you dare leave.
It really. Yes. Fantastic.
Thank you so much. Tony. Nice. Yeah.
We also want to get pictures of each of the teams, the first, second, and third. So teams, make sure you get your group shot so we can have you in front of where you placed.
Their place, right? Game Jam coming back, you know? After many years. We're waiting for one member. Yep, he's coming right now. Yep. Their place, come on, man.
All right.
Make sure that you see their place at the back and everything.
Ah.
I want to step over.
Hey, stop moving, everybody. Hey, keep moving.
Stop. I'm gonna upload them to the G drive, the whatever drive.
I can't, but you know, what did it say about what we did? What did it say about what we did? What did it say about what we did? I don't know. But it said something about everyone takes like this, roughly 30 seconds. Like, yeah, you want to do this or you
Oh, there's like the innovation, there's a lot of opportunity.
That's it? Man.
We're gonna say Unreal Orlando, like loud and excited. Hand gestures, whatever.
Video doesn't zoom out as far. We're gonna need people to like get over here on these empty spaces.
So
from the top. The top, I can't get you.
Okay, got it.
So If someone can like.
So right here, or is this good?
No.
Okay.
Are we okay?
Yeah, you're fine. We gotta get. Yeah, I can't get that top spot.
Can you get this row right here?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Alright, let me check. Just give me a really loud Unreal just to check the volume level. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, flip around. There you go.
So we're going to say for Unreal Orlando.
Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Unreal
Orlando! Sweet. And then 1, because I'm selfish, can you all scream Orlando life?
Yeah.
3, 2.
Orlando life!
Bedtime yet?
Did you want us to get a picture with the winners first?
Oh,
Before we leave out?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, are you wonderful?
We should go to the bar tonight.
Okay, you know what I mean? That is a very valid point. But maybe not. You can maybe like
Yeah, we want to get your picture taken with the second and third one. Oh.
True, yeah. You need to close it. That's true. Not all the time, but it's not all the time.